some of the things we've learned into practice and to do some self-assessment questions. So as usual, after each question, just put the video on pause, have a think, and then press play and we'll work through it together. Okay, so the first question is, how many sides does a pentagon have? 4, 5 or 6? So hopefully you remember what a pentagon is. Penta means 5. So anything that is penta is 5. So that is the answer. Question 2. What is the name of a shape with 6 sides? Is it a quadrilateral, a pentagon, or hexagon? Okay, well, we've discovered in this previous question that a pentagon is 5 sides, so we can rule that out. So it's between these two. And a quadrilateral, hopefully you remember that quad means 4. Okay, there's I think a quad bike that has 4 wheels, and a quad in a playground or something like that that has 4 sides. So you can do it by elimination. So that's got 4, that's got 5. We look for something with 6, so it's a hexagon. And hex or hexa is a 6-sided, or anything with 6 parts to it. So how about this question here, question 3? Please ignore the washing machine in the background making noises. So what is the perimeter of this rectangle? If it's a bit fuzzy what these figures are, it's 8 centimetres and 11 centimetres. So I'll put it on pause and give it a go. Okay, so the perimeter, if you remember, is walking around the edge of something. So it's a line bordering a shape. So with this rectangle, the perimeter would be 8 centimetres plus 11 centimetres. And although these are not marked, because it says here it's a rectangle, then these sides, opposite sides, are equal. So we have another 8, and we have another 11. And when you add all of that together, it should give you 38 centimetres. It's so important, I can't emphasise how important it is to have units. So here we have the units. It tells us here what the units are. In the calculation, it's a bit cumbersome to keep on writing centimetres, so it's absolutely fine to leave it away from there. But at the end, when you present the answer, always think, what are the units? So centimetres in this case. So in this question, it asks, what is the perimeter of this square? So have a go and press play in a few seconds time. So hopefully you've had a go. Now because it's mentioned it's a square, it means that each of these sides is equivalent. So it might look, oh, how do I work this out, because it's only given me one side of 5 centimetres. And so the perimeter then, knowing that all the sides are the same, equals 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So again, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And all of that equals 20. And then we don't just present 20, we have a think about what the units are, and the units are centimetres. So it's 20 centimetres. I mean, another way of doing it is to say it's 5 centimetres times 4, and that gives you the exact same result in a shorter way. So how about this funny shape over here? Okay, so question 5 is, what is the value of x, this, and what is the perimeter going around? So give it a go and we'll speak in a few seconds time. Okay, so you've noticed that there are some values given, and there's other values which are unknown over here. And if we're going to take a walk, if we're trying to find out the whole of this, we need to find out what these values are. Okay, so what is the value of x? Well, when you look at x, this plus this distance must equal this distance. This length, I mean. So 3 plus x must equal 15. So let's write that down. 3 plus x equals 15 centimeters. X would equal, if you took 3 and moved it to the other side, then because there's no sign here, it's a plus, but there's no sign. And when you move this over to the other side, it becomes a minus. Okay. Not quite sure what that is. That's suddenly come up. Right, so it'll be 15 minus 3. And 15 minus 3 is 12 centimeters. So this is 12. And let's check it. 12 plus 3 equals 15, which equals that. So we've got that. And let's work out what y is. So y, you can see that 4 plus y equals 11. So 4 plus y equals 11 centimeters. Y equals 11. And then we take the 4 over to the other side, becomes minus 4. And 11 take away 4 is 7. And now, yep, let's add that over here, just for goodness sake. And let's go around here, so let's start from here. So the perimeter now, we can say is 3, that, plus 4, plus 12, plus 7, plus 15, plus 11. And then we're back where we started. So that's the whole perimeter. And when you add all of this together, we should get 52 centimeters. So that is what the perimeter of that shape is. Hopefully you got the same answer, worked out in the same way. So how about this one? Question 6, what is the area of this rectangle? Okay, now don't be fooled out. We've been asked questions, answering questions about perimeters. This is now about area. So in test questions, in exam situations, they tend to vary things. So always read the question carefully, reread the question as well, just to make sure. So area is not perimeter, obviously. Perimeter is the edge. Area is what fills the inside. Okay. And if you remember, area is one side multiplied by the other. Okay, so the area of this rectangle equals 5 times 3.5. Okay, and there's various ways that you can do this calculation. I'll leave it up to you. It's always good to practice doing it by hand, but make sure you do any calculations in an area to the side so it looks as though this is your working out area. Okay, and just hurry things along. It's 17.5. So what's the units? So over here we see that this is centimetres, this is centimetres, and when we looked at perimeter, the units were centimetres too, but now this isn't centimetres plus centimetres, it's centimetres multiplied by centimetres. So that produces a centimetre squared. So area is given as a square. So I hope you got that right. Now just this final question for this section here. You'll be pleased to know. So what is the area of this compound shape? In fact, it's the same shape as we had previously. Okay, so you should know that these values, this was 12, wasn't it? 12 centimetres, and this was 7 centimetres from our previous calculation. So have a go at working out the area. Okay, so there's various ways of doing this. I'll show you the way that I would do. Like this looks like this was part of a rectangle. So we fill this in here, and then this rectangle has been removed from this. So one way of doing it is that you can say that that area 1 could be the whole of this. Imagine if this was intact. So area 1 would equal 11 multiplied by 15, which is that. So that gives a value of 165. And then what are the units for area? Centimetres times centimetres. So this is centimetre squared. And what is the bit that has been removed? Let's call this area 2, A2. What is the area of that? Well, we know one side is 4 centimetres, the other side is 12. So from our 4 times table or 12 times table, it's 48 centimetres squared. And all you have to do is to take one from the other, minus. So this is the area, if that rectangle was there, this is the area of that missing rectangle. You take one from the other and you get 117 centimetres squared. So that gives you this area here. Loads of other ways of doing it. If you did it another way, but still got this value, then well done.